Morning, everyone. Just going to start up my chat and I'll be right with you. Hi, Debbie. Good morning. How do I sound? Do I sound like a robot this morning or is it good? So far, so good? Okay, I think I fixed it. I'm hoping I did. So good morning, everyone. I'm glad you came in today. Hi, Helen. I'm going to do some Christmas ornaments, and this one, I'm going to do two. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. I was about ready to quit. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this with glitter on the inside. And I'm going to use this. It's Mop and Shine. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. You can use any kind of floor polish. This says floor cleaner, but it's actually a polish. Do you do these too? Oh, good. Good morning, Angela. How are you? So these are really easy to do. And thank you, Debbie, for being my moderator today. I appreciate it. I'm here by myself. So you just take the top off. I'm going to be doing two, and then I'll show you some examples of the ones I've made already. So I get a cup, couple of cups, and a funnel. And I use two different ones. One for the floor polish and one for the glitter. So I don't want to get the two mixed. So I just hold this over my bowl or ornament and pour in some floor polish. You don't need very much. We're just going to coat the inside of this. I put that back over here. And then I put my finger over the top, and be careful because it might have some sharp edges, and just swirl it around. And I got a little on my mat. So you just want to coat the inside all the way around. Thank you. Yes, I would appreciate a thumbs up and comments. And then I drain it off. Just like that. Let it drain a little bit. And I only do one at a time because I don't want my floor polish to streak, because they will streak. So the next thing I'm going to use is this glitter. It comes from Walmart. I got it last year on sale. It's a very pretty light pink glitter. And then I take this, and using my other funnel, my bigger one, put that on. Ah, that wasn't smart. Put your glitter in there. And you just move it around. And then you pour your glitter back. Hi, Jane March. Good morning. This time I'll make sure the lid is on. Good morning, Joyce. And there you have your glitter inside the ball. Now, it's a lot prettier in person, but isn't that beautiful? And it won't come off. It'll stay like this. Good morning, Jacqueline. And I use this to mop up some of the glitter. Now, if you don't have a big opening in your glitter, you can use a paper plate to dump your glitter out. So I'm going to set this one aside. I'm going to do it again with the white glitter. Make sure that's closed down. Pour my floor polish in. Swirl it around. Dump it out. And put some glitter in. Hi, Jen. Thanks for coming in. A lot of these ornaments, probably up until December. And there's the beautiful white. Okay, that's all you have to do to fill your ornaments with beautiful glitters. Aren't they pretty? I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but they're gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple samples of what I've been doing with mine. And if I have time, I will start to decorate one. If not, I'll do the decorating next week. So these are also just with, I call it Easter grass, but you know that stuff that gets all over. I filled 2 of them with this. They're just as pretty. I'm going to set these aside for right now and just let them dry. And then these are the ones I've been working on. So I've got this one. Flowers around the top and some bling at the top. This is a 3-row bling and it fits really nice. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everyone. And then I made some dangles with the beads. I made the bead dangles. Very easy to do. And this is just a little bit of gimp around the bottom. And a beautiful, this is from Stamperia paper collection. And some trim around that picture. And I left the back plain. You don't need anything on the back. And you just put a hanger on this. You can either hang it on your tree or an ornament hanger. So that's the first one. The second one is a little kitty cat. And I put the bling at the top. I also glittered the top with the glitter and some flowers and a pretty kitty. And this is just a trim with a little bit of bead on it. And then I did put a little bow in the back. Very pretty, very simple. Same thing. This one is a rope fringe, and I thought the rope was too big, so I just unraveled it. And this is what I got. And I love this. Very shabby. A beautiful. See, now this is what happens when you let that floor polish dry. It kind of streaks a little bit. So don't waste too much time putting your glitter in. But I think it's okay. It's in the back. You can't see it really in the front. And then the last one I've completed is this one. This is showing up blue, but it's actually purple. Yeah, it's purple. I had to look. Good morning. Good morning, Laurel. And you came in just in time to see the purple one. And there's nothing on the back, but look at that glitter. Isn't that gorgeous? And that'll stay there for years and years and years. So you can always, if you don't like how it turns out, rinse it out and do it again. So those are the four I've got done so far. Okay, so I'm going to show you, let me see, how to get a perfect line on your ball, your ornament. So I'll take this one. And if you're running your trim around the bottom, all you have to do is put a rubber band on it. And it's best to do this when it's empty so you can see what you're doing. But that's how you get a perfect line around the bottom. And then I got some trims to show you. Yep, there's your purple. So I put a rubber band like this around the side. You want to make sure it's all nice and even, just like that. And then you take your trim, any kind of trim you'd like. Lay your trim down, and it'll give you a perfect angle if you band it like this. It's hard to hold. So don't be afraid to glue onto your rubber band. It won't break. It'll stay there. So that's the way it's going to look. Then you can put any kind of decorations you want, a picture, flowers, anything you want to do. They come out beautiful. So that's the fringe trim. And then I have yeah, they are beautiful. You can put beads on it like this. And your beads will hang down a little bit at the bottom. You can use the white, anything you want to do, white beads, and you can even use this type. Laurel is crazy over purple. I like all colors, so I like to do many different colors. So that's how it will look with a big braided trim with beads. And these are so pretty. And you can run it across the bottom too, of course, just like that. So I hope you try this at home. If you do, please, please, please post your creations. I'd love to see what you come up with. So let me get rid of this. And I am going to show you a different type. Good morning, River City. Have I missed anybody? Okay, so what I'm going to show you next, I got to plug it in. And this one's a fun one to do also. I'm going to have to move this here. Don't have very much room this morning since I'm doing 2 projects. So what I'm going to plug in now is this tool. It's called a fuse tool, and it's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it gets very, very hot. You don't want to touch the tip of this one, girls. Ooh. Oh. So this one does not have an on-off switch. You have to plug it in. Yeah, you just want to be very, very cautious. It's like a solder gun. It gets really, really hot. And it comes with a stand. Let me see if I can tilt my camera for just a second. There's the stand that it comes with. And you just lay it on in between right here. So always be aware where that one is. And let me grab my other balls. And we're going to work with this one. Now this one takes a little bit more time to do. We're going to burn a hole through the bottom. So I've got a couple I've already burned. And there's the hole. You're going to make a big enough hole to slip a connector in and some chain so you can have a dangle, a crystal dangle at the end. So I've got 2 of those done. I'm going to demonstrate 2 more. Those out of the way. So I'll let my heat gun heat up a little bit. So you might want to put, if you're going to glitter these, put the glitter on first and then burn your hole. Because if you don't, you'll have to hold your thumb down there to put the floor polish in. So I'll let my gun heat up a little bit. I'm going to move some of this out of the way. This one, I'm not going to put glitter in because I'm going to cover these balls with fabric and appliques. So I don't need glitter in there. Get this cleaned up. But you do the same thing if you want. If you're going to put dangles on it, just run your rubber band around it. And if you hold it up and look at it, you can see that that's really crooked. So you just want to mess with the rubber band a little bit and get it straight all the way around. And then you'll have that perfect line. So on these balls, if you see, there's a little dot in the center of this ball. So that's where we're going to go in at, is at that dot, and you'll be perfectly in the center to hang your crystal on. All right, so you really can't test this gun to see if it's hot enough. You just kind of have to wait. And I'm also going to, if I can't get my hole big enough, I'm also going to use the heat gun to melt that ball a little bit. It's just an extra little way to do it. Yes, the rubber band trick works really nice. Good morning, Tina A. How are you? I hope I'm not sounding like a robot today. My goodness. I hope I got it fixed. I forgot to show you these little things. This is what I use. You get these at any craft store, but to get these on, all you have to do is go sideways on them, and they come on real easy. So I'm going to see if we're hot. Thanks for coming in, Lynn. I appreciate it. So what you do is get your heat gun or your fuse tool. And I kind of like to put something down on this glass ball because I don't want to put too much pressure on this, as you will crack it. And you want to hold it steady. So we're about ready, I think. Let's see what happens. So you take your heat or your fuse tool and you just start pressing. Show you. See, that's already going in. See the tip going in there? And you just want to even pressure and open up that hole. My fuse tool isn't quite hot, but we'll work with it. So the hole you're going to make has to fit a jump ring through it and a connector through it. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Let's just get our hole done. So now I've got that hole, very tiny little hole, and I know a jump ring isn't going to fit through there. So I'm going to open up this hole and I'm going to press down and move it around, pressing and turning. And we're going to open up that hole. And you don't have to be neat about this. As you can see, let me put it, where did I put it? Oh, it's back in the box. You don't have to worry about the hole being perfectly round. It's not going to be round. And you're just going to cover the bottom up anyway. This is just a way to get your crystals to dangle off of this plastic. You can do this with any plastic ornament. So all I'm doing is making this hole a little bit bigger. So when it stops growing, if you can't get it any bigger, I get the heat tool. And you want to be careful with the heat tool because you will melt and warp your ball. So all I'm going to do, and you want to be ready, get that out of the way, with your fuse tool. So when this heats up, you want to press again with your fuse tool. So I'm going to start this, and you don't leave this on very long. And melting that plastic ball, turn that off, and then press down again. And I'm kind of making an oval. And I'm going to try and do the other side. And this takes a little bit. You just keep working at it. And then I don't know if you can see that, but I put this heat tool right under that big glob of plastic. I'll put in one more, and it kind of breaks apart that plastic. So now I can take my scissors and cut through that plastic, and I should have a big enough hole. Oh, I don't got strength this morning. Let's see if I can get a smaller pair and cut through that. I might have to heat it up a little bit. Good morning, Tea Friday. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Watch me break this. See if I can burn down through it a bit. I'm pretty non-conventional, that's for sure. This will eventually break loose. Just have to work with it. If I had a better pair of scissors, it probably would cut better. There we go. So I got one end of it cut. Take sorry and burn yourself. I would not let the children do this. No, no, no. So I've got a big enough opening now. I can get that jump ring through there with the connector. No problem. Don't worry about what it looks like on the inside because that's going to be covered. Okay, so that was a struggle, huh? Yeah, this is out of the box for sure. So I'm going to show it again one more time. And then I'll show you how to put the chain in it. So all you do is take your fuse tool, and there's a little dot here right in the center of this ball. And just put your fuse tool on that dot and press. And see that going through? It's all the way through. Now you just start wiggling and making that hole bigger. So I'm going all the way around and pressing. And you want just a light pressure. And this one's coming out really nice. Look at that. I've got a nice oval going. I might not even have to use the fuse tool too much on this one. I mean the the heat gun. So you just want enough room to get the jump ring in. See, that one was a lot easier. The plastic must have been thinner. So I'm going to open this up just a little bit more on the sides, and we'll call that one done. Okay. All right, so I'm going to unplug this heat gun or the fuse tool, hang this one back up. I'm going to put this aside. Now I kind of stuck this down with double-sided tape so it didn't move, and that's a good idea. So you don't want your heat gun or the fuse tool to move. I'm going to set this out of my way while it cools. Okay, so the next step is getting the chain and the connectors. I'll bring this over. This is a little bit easier part. We'll see how well I did on my holes. Okay, so I need a piece of chain. Yep, a soldering iron. Anything you got. I use a fuse tool because that's what I got. I don't use it to make shakers with it. So depending on how long you want your dangle, I like them fairly short because I use a long dangle. Let me get one here, a crystal. So I got these. Brandy just sent me a whole package of those. What else do I have? Oh, Laurel's here, so I guess we're going to use purple for the first one. And then you need a jump ring. Kind of reading chat here a little bit. And you want to use a nice sturdy jump ring because you don't want your dangles to fall off. And let me see, now I need a connector. Let's see. And let me see, what do I need here? I want a nice long one. Good morning, C's. So I'm going to take this one, and all this is a necklace connector. This is what you connect to a necklace one end and then the other, and then you slip it through, and it holds your necklace. So I'm just using the long part. And the first thing I'm going to do is test my hole to see if it's going to fit. Get this all out of the way. So let's take this one. So you take your connector and go halfway. Don't get it in there. And this one's going to fit, but I still have to put the jump ring on. Just like that. Now I got to check and see if this will all fit. I think it will. It's a little tight, but that's okay. Now you put your chain on. And I'm just going to use, about that much. About an inch, inch and a half. See which one this opens here. And put another jump ring on. Make sure your jump rings are nice and tight. And then attach. Yeah, I might not be able to use this one. Nope. This one's got a big space between here and here. I want something smaller like this one. Let's put this one on. So I'm going to attach this to the jump ring on the other end of the chain. Oops, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. And put a jump ring on this one, on this end. And then put this on. Okay, so that's what you're going to put inside your ball. And I'm going to check these jump rings because I might not have them closed good enough and I don't want to lose anything. So I'm going to tighten them up a bit. You can use a split ring, but they're a little bit harder to put on. Okay, I think we're ready to go inside and put this on. So all you do is face that facing up and wiggle it around. And there you have your beautiful crystal hanging from your ball. So isn't that nice? If this is too long, just shorten up your chain. Real easy. So what I'm going to do with some of these is cover them with fabric and appliques. I'll show you some of the fabrics. And I don't use conventional Christmas fabric. I'm going to use this. Is that beautiful? Beautiful hot pink. And this one is a very pretty gold. Beautiful gold. This is the only Christmas fabric I have. And it's a very thin tulle type. And then I have, let me see, gold lame. So all you do is cut out a square. And of course, you're going to have to poke a hole through your square to get your dangle through. But all you do is bring up your fabric. And I'll do a demonstration on this. Uh-oh, lost something here. Let me go back to my chat. Okay. So you pull up your fabric really, really, really tight. You can put a band around the top and then decorate from there with your beautiful, I'll get a hole through this. So next Friday, I will be decorating some of these for you to see. Just cut a hole through the center. Chain wants to. So when you're pulling up your fabric, you want to try and get most of the wrinkles out. But isn't that going to be beautiful? The gold lame. So these are my two Christmas ornaments for today. And like I said, next Friday, I'm going to be decorating some of these for you to watch. I hope you all join me and see what happens. These are very, very pretty when they're all decorated. I love this gold lame. And you can use any kind of dangle that you want. I've got this one here that I'm going to put on. Isn't it pretty? Snowflakes with a crystal. You can make these. Very easy to make. You can get the snowflakes from Dollar Tree. And just use little jump rings to connect things with. Make a beautiful dangle. Okay, that's my demo. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all try this. It's really, really fun to do. I'll be making these now until Christmas. They take a little bit to work, but they're beautiful. They'll be a beautiful keepsake for you and your family, or you can give them as gifts. You can get the this type of ball comes from Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And then the round ones also come from there. You can use a 40% off coupon. But right now, I think they're 40% off anyway. So, and they do run out before Christmas. So I think I'll clean my table off a little bit. So look for connectors. Look for your junk jewelry. You can get these off of junk jewelry. Just take your necklace apart. Well, thank you all for coming and sharing your time with me today. I hope I sounded a little better. You can use this type. I'll try and get this one to work on this ball for next Friday so we don't disappoint Laurel too much. But I'll be working with pink and blue and purple and maroon, any other color except for red and green. Well, probably just not green. So I'm glad you all came in today. And my next live will be Wednesday at Brandy's place. I hope you stop in and see our Dollar Tree Wednesday project. It's going to be a nice one, of course. So what's Joyce up to? Is she having you're having a yard sale? Wonderful. I need to do that, but that's a lot of work. Okay, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. You know, the stores are calling me. It's Friday. And I got to go shopping. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you try this. Please try this, either one, and show us your results. If you have any questions, just let me know. And it was fun being with you today. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and keep crafting. Bye-bye, all.